than 2 million acres.
Now, in this area, this is Komombo, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
So we flew over Komombo.
Yes, yes.
We saw a large, very large project there.
Yes. This area you have mentioned, we have a very big valley here. It's called Nukra Valley. This valley, we now are working a visibility study for reclaiming this area. It's about 70,000 acres, and it's a very good land, but it will take a lot of time to reclaim it and to irrigate it by Nile water, because we have already constructed a very big pumping station, a series of pumping stations for irrigating about 70,000 acres existing now.
But the blessings of the high dam are sometimes deceptive. Already, along some of the irrigation channels and fields, a sinister white crust has begun to appear. As team members Albert Falco and Dominic Sumian learn, the white residue is salt. Once it was washed away by the yearly flood, now prevented by the high dam. Present irrigation methods often simply leach the salt to the surface of the desert soil, threatening to return the reclaimed fields to wasteland.
So about the salinity, we treat the land by making open drains and tile drainage in the old areas. And in the new areas, we make our projects. The irrigation projects and the drainage projects must go parallel to each other in the same time. So the land will not suffer in the future by the salinity.
Often in former years, the floods brought disaster. But as they receded, they left a gift, a thin new layer of silt that at the rate of 3 inches per century has sometimes reached a depth of 50 feet. Today, farmers themselves sometimes transport the silt to add to their sandy fields.
This is 11 years old land now. We've been working this part of land. You can see the change of soil, what happened to the soil, even very deep. You'll find it completely different. This is the type of soil we got after 11 years of work. And this is the origin of the land itself. You can see the difference if I just put you this and that. You'll see the difference of soil, what happened during 11 years of very hard work.
Swept down from the mountain highlands, often as much as 40 million tons in a year, the waterborne clouds of silt spread over the valley of the Nile, enriching and renewing the land. In the central Sudan, near Khartoum, the flood still brings its precious burden of fertile loam, feeding trees and crops in a yearly rite. But trapped behind the Aswan High Dam, no silt now reaches the fields of Egypt.
And for fertility of the land, the mud, the sediment was very important.
Yes, yes.
And how is that being replaced?
We increase the quantity of fertilizers. That's all. It is used also in the States and in all the countries, all other countries like Germany and.
Yeah, but the purchase or manufacturing of fertilizers costs money. Also.
Yes, we have already. We are fortunate because we have a very big factory in Aswan, Kima.
Yes, we
Kima
visited
factory,
there.
yes. Yeah.
To compensate for the loss of the silt, much of the dam's electric power is utilized in the production of vast quantities of fertilizer. This in turn must be shipped by barge from Aswan along the river which once carried it to the farmers' fields without expense. Nor does the factory's output of 300,000 tons per year begin to match the need of 5 times that amount for the Upper Nile alone.
عادي عادي خليك عادي. هلا ما تخش يا بيت تخش يا روي يلا يا روي يلا ما تخش يا بيت تسير يا بيت انت خايفه ليه
At one of the larger established orchards along the lower Nile, Philippe questions grower Moussali regarding the effects of the high dam.
Combien vous en produisez d'oranges?
Dans mon domaine, j'en produis à peu près 1000 tonnes. 1000 tonnes d'oranges par année.
Par an?
Par an, oui.
Told by Moussali that he raises 1,000 tons of oranges for shipment each year, Philippe asks whether production has increased or decreased since the building of the high dam.
C'est avec le limon, comme on a parlé tout à l'heure, que ça prend de moins en moins. Alors il faut compenser avec des produits chimiques, de l'engrais chimique. C'est ce que je fais d'ailleurs.
Moussali replies that thus far there has been no change, but to maintain the orchard's rate of yield, he is being compelled to add larger and larger amounts of fertilizer to make up for the loss of the silt in recent years.
Ça coûte beaucoup plus cher sur le plan économique, vous payez beaucoup plus.
Sur le plan économique, on a.
Oui, vous payez, oui, ça vous coûte quand même. Ça vous coûte.
C'est-à-dire l'achat de l'engrais coûte.
L'achat de l'engrais. Évidemment, auparavant, vous irriguiez et l'eau
The
était
silt, says Moussali, was far richer in organic matter.
Et ça, c'était super.
But not all the dam's effects can be measured in coin or human hunger. Today, a great circular cofferdam marks payment of a debt to the past. The famed monuments and temples of Philae have been resurrected and saved from oblivion. Stone by stone, at a safe height above the lake, artisans are restoring the courts and colonnades of Egyptian and Roman rule, the serried steps, or Nilometer, by which the ancients measured the rise and fall of the river. South from Philae, an unparalleled international effort already had rescued one of the supreme treasures of Western civilization's beginnings, the massive rock temples of Abu Simbel, here visited by Philippe and Sumyan. Today, history is their only kingdom, yet serene and imperial.